everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon. If you guys want to support the channel, join our Discord server. It is public, it is free. I think we have about 300 people in there right now, so it is a bit of a party, I guess you could say. But today, I guess, just to get into it, we are going to be talking about Rooster Teeth today because I saw this yesterday. And it slightly alarmed me, and it may alarm you guys too on first glance, but I'm basically sort of going to go through it and explain. If you guys don't know, it looks like, based off of Rooster Teeth's social blade, that they are basically bleeding out, hemorrhaging, if you will, subscribers. And so, you know, upon first glance, that seems a little frightening, but, you know, I've thought about it for the past 24 hours, basically. I looked into it a little bit, and it is basically not as bad as it seems, or at least I don't think so. So I am going to explain that to you right now. So before we get into the Rooster Teeth stuff, I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of Social Blade. If you guys are unfamiliar, you guys can see basically this is the Rooster Teeth channel. If you scroll down, you have subscribers and video views. It is basically impossible for video views to go into the negative unless you delete a video as a YouTuber. So for example, a while ago, I put a video that I had that had 3 million views on private. So if you looked at my Social Blade, there would be a giant, like, negative 3 million views decrease, you know what I mean, because I hid it. But it's basically impossible to get that naturally without a video being deleted or hidden or put on private or unlisted, right? So let's just keep that in mind. Video views will always be positive. Subscribers, obviously not, right? Because you can lose, you can lose and gain subscribers, whereas you will not lose video views, you know, unless you delete something. And so this is Rooster Teeth's page, and you guys can also see, you know, they have a social butterfly badge, they have a viewership badge, you know, they have all these badges, their profile's trending, they're extremely popular, people look at this, they're probably looking at it because of the decrease that tends to happen. Like, if somebody's hitting a milestone, a lot of people will look at the page. So, like, when I was almost at 10,000 subscribers, I had that same little trending thing because a lot of people, not that one, not that popular one, just the trending one, just because people are looking to see, like, oh, are they gonna get it, like, what's going on? And so in this case, it's almost the opposite. People are coming here to watch them either lose subscribers or just to see what is happening with the Rooster Teeth channel. And I'm gonna basically break down what I think it is, right? And so I guess let's go in order, because I'm sure that some of these subscribers have unsubscribed for a couple reasons. So first of all, a valid reason, and I don't think this is the main reason. So these are what I would call minor reasons for unsubscribing, right? Like, away from the regular, like, I just don't watch this person anymore type reasons, right? I would say that this is probably the minority of people that are unsubscribing, and I will explain why. But basically, in my opinion, right, some people have probably, and are still probably unsubscribing because of the Vic Mignogna stuff, or whatever, because that stuff is still going on. I think they're in, like, court right now or something. They've replaced Crow's voice actor, so I'm sure that that is part of the reason that people are unsubscribing from the main Rooster Teeth channel. In terms of, like, other controversies, obviously there was the Crunch, you know, thing that was circulating on Reddit and on Twitter that they sort of responded to, and they have seemed to make sort of efforts to fix, I suppose, to, you know, fix those issues. Like, for example, like, Miles and Carrie have talked a lot about how they've been affected by Crunch, and now there's 2 more writers working on Ruby, and so obviously, you know, if you have more people helping you, like, that's a good thing, and that's a good way to avoid sort of crunching on something when you're only 2 people and there's only so much that you can do by yourself, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And so they've responded to that in the community post. They've made efforts to sort of, you know, fix that, I should say. And to sort of move forward and show us that they are doing things to avoid something like that happening again. But people are probably still like, nope, that's not good enough, I'm gonna unsubscribe, right? So I guess those are 2, like, minor reasons, are probably, like, controversies. Another reason someone brought up, and this to me is kind of weird, but at the same time I understand, if people become first members, they probably unsubscribe from the Rooster Teeth channel because they're keeping an eye on the Rooster Teeth website anyway for their first membership content, or the Rooster Teeth app. So this could actually be a good thing, because that means that people are actually migrating onto the website. I don't know how many of those people are actually that, just because, like, I don't know. In my personal experience, I haven't heard about too many people doing that. Like, we would have to take, like, a survey or a poll or something. So if you guys are one of those people, just let me know, just because I'm kind of curious. I think that it's, like, a valid sort of point to bring up that people could be doing that, but I don't know. And so those are what I would say are the minor reasons for this happening. Another reason could be the first membership had a price hike, and so if people want to, I don't know, protest that, they'll unsubscribe from the YouTube channel. But that to me is sort of backwards, because if the first membership has a price hike, you cancel your first membership, and the only way you'd be able to watch this stuff would be on the website when it comes for free, or on the YouTube channel. So if anything, you would stay on the YouTube channel because you're not watching on the website. You don't want to be a first member because the price has increased, right? You want to watch it somewhere for free, you would stay on YouTube. So I don't think that that works as well. Now, you guys have probably noticed I have another tab up, and so this is what I think is the main reason, among two other things. So people also said, well, Ruby's been delayed, that could have caused people to unsub. You know what I mean? Not delayed, but it's coming out in November instead of the first, like, you know, it's usually like 3 weeks into October, because, like, how dare they delay it by, like, literally 14 days than usual. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's it, guys. But anyways, here's what I think is actually it. And somebody told me to take a look at the animation channel, and so I did, which is mostly, if not all, in the green. There are some weird days, but that happens to everyone, you know. And so you guys can see in the last 30 days they've gained 4,000 subscribers, and if you look over here, Rooster Teeth has lost around that amount. Right there's obviously an extra 1,000 on top of that, but it's pretty close. And if we actually look down here, because I think that this will be helpful, you guys can sort of see for Rooster Teeth, right, all of the unsubs. So this is monthly subs, and so you guys can see on the 1st of the July, right, negative 4,000 or whatever. You can see the June negative 4,000. You can see, you know, in, I guess that's May, negative 10,000, or I guess, is that May or is that April? Anyway, not the point. But if you guys look over here, you can see in those same sort of months, right, so if we look down here, Rooster Teeth has actually gained a lot. You know what I mean? Like, the Rooster Teeth animation channel, I should say, has gained a lot. And so you can see in this particular month, right, and sort of as it goes down, they haven't lost any. They're almost, like, to the T gaining what Rooster Teeth is losing. And it's not the exact same, right? It's not perfect. It's not the exact same, you know, set of numbers. There are probably extra people for those minor reasons that I mentioned, and that happens to all YouTube channels. But I think that what we're seeing is like a mass migration, right? And I'm not good with numbers. You guys can sort of, there's a compare button, so you guys can compare them and see if you can find sort of, you know, the common sort of threads. But I would say that this is why, right? Like, you even see over here that they gained 10,000, and I think that Rooster Teeth proper, like, lost 10,000 around that same time. So it's not perfect, but that's what I think it is. I think it is a Rooster Teeth exodus over to the animation channel. And I don't think that that's super unreasonable, right? Like, there are probably a lot of people that subscribe to Rooster Teeth just for Ruby or just for the animation as a whole. And so when they're like, oh, okay, there's an animation channel now, I don't need all these things clogging up my subscriptions that I'm not going to watch, I'm going to leave and go to the animation channel. That to me makes a lot of sense, right? I think that is what we're seeing. I don't think that it's like Rooster Teeth is like hemorrhaging out subscribers and they're just losing all these fans. Like, I don't think that that's it. I think that those fans are just moving to the place that suits them better, which would be the animation channel, if most of them are fans of animation and don't give a fuck about all the other stuff that Rooster Teeth does. Which I would suggest watching other things like Always Open and the podcast and, like, you know what I mean? But some people have no interest in that, and I don't blame them, like, y'all do you sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? And so I would say that that's why. I would say that this is nothing to worry about, right? Like, it's also just a dry sort of month for Rooster Teeth. Like, until Ruby gets back, things are going to be pretty quiet, because you have, like, Ruby and then Genlunk and then RVB sort of, like, boom, boom, boom right after each other. And this is sort of the lull, even though Camp is going on right now. But that is basically all I sort of wanted to say. I did want to take a look at this just because, you know, I panicked yesterday when I saw this. I was like, what the fuck is happening, right? But now when you look at the channel sort of side by side and you actually like, okay, they gained like 10K here, they lost 10K there. Like, again, it's not perfect lining up because I think that this happened on the third month, so that would be March, and this happened on the 5th, so that would be May. But it's just sort of the same concept. Like, people are sort of leaving to subscribe to the animation channel, and I'm sure people are leaving for other reasons. Like, this time, I think around sort of this time, if this is February or whatever, I can't tell like where the months are. Yeah, this is February. Like, over here in February, like, this is when the Vic stuff happened. You know what I mean? So there's sort of markers for what's happening where and sort of explaining that number of subscribers. But yeah, I would say it's a combination of all those minor reasons that I mentioned, but the major reason is just people migrating, you know, to sort of the side channels. So they get something that is sort of more catered for what they like instead of getting like everything in their mentions or in their subscriptions, I should say, or whatever you call your sub feed, or you know what I mean. And so that is what I would say. I hope that this helps, you know, makes people not worry. Like, there are definitely things like regarding Rooster Teeth that you should worry about. This I don't think is one of them. They'll be okay. You know, they're gonna gain hopefully when Ruby gets released, and I think Ruby is actually gonna get released on the animation channel. You know, Ruby Volume 6, while Ruby 7 airs for site members only on the website. So yeah, that is all I have to say. I hope that you guys, I guess, enjoyed. I don't know how you can enjoy this, but yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you later. Bye!